Hello and welcome. As some of you may know, I've been working on Jump Off the Bridge for like a decade now. I just had my 7th anniversary this year, but it obviously started earlier than that. And I've also turned 30 this year as well, which has given me the creative license to do what I will. That's part of the midlife crisis package. No, in all seriousness, I've been wanting to make some smaller scope projects. And so I was hoping to do like a devlog here, a brief devlog of the latest thing I've been working on to catch you guys up. So, without further ado, welcome to Whimzydry. The name is an affectionate nod to Wizardry, which inspired it, as well as I was inspired by oubliette. I think that's how that's pronounced. I don't know. Probably not, actually. Um, and a lot of other stuff. So what is this? So for the last 4 months, I've been preoccupying myself with this project. And the reason I created it is because when I was camping and my family was playing Wizardry, I found myself with all the other people there. We were kind of like backseat driving. And I really like the idea of playing a blobber game multiplayer. So if you don't know what a blobber is, basically you have a party of characters and they all move as a single unit, kind of like a blob. That's essentially why it's called a blobber. And when I was looking up multiplayer blobber games to try to see if I could find something, it was like very few and far between. There was like nothing, zilch, um, absolutely nothing for the blobber category of multiplayer, which kind of makes sense because it's like more of a niche, weird genre. But anyways, I found a couple games, but they didn't really meet my specification for like what I wanted out of it. So I was like, okay, well, that really leaves me with only a couple choices, and one of them is you got to make what you want to see. So that's where we're at. So after 4 months, this is where I'm at as far as my multiplayer blobber goes. So let me show you a little bit about what I have here. So right now, when you enter town, you start off as like a shadow. And you have to register your character at the guild hall. So let's visit Marin. So to create a character, you just type your name, whatever it is, pick your race, pick a color for your targeting line, and then confirm. And we exit registration, and this is our first character. And then to train your abilities, I have a trainer guy. You can learn certain abilities. Basically, they each cost training points and stuff. I'm not going to get into this too much for this, but I just want to show you that I have it. Then we can also train our stats. So we can train it like this. Okay. So this is basically how the game works. You go through town, and then you enter the dungeon, and then you go into the dungeon and you do battles. And then the battles are random encounters. That happen the more you move through the dungeon. Do this like a perfect start. Just a single guy. I was hoping it wouldn't be anything too crazy. And you have a limited number of points, and then you gain experience, and then you can pick up the loot. All right, so that's the basic of the game. So now let's ramp it up a little bit. So this is a multiplayer blobber. I originally was only going to do 4 characters, but then after playing it more, I was like, okay, you know what? And then I played some oubliette. Let's regen all of our stuff. I played some oubliette, and I was like, man, this isn't ambitious enough. We need to change it up. So what I did was I added the capacity to have 8 people. So let's auto-generate the rest of our party here. So now this is what a party looks like with 8 characters. And then we can also, to show you some of the simultaneous combat here, let me register some of these characters under the other thing. So we can remove characters from our party. I'll just pick 4 of them. Okay. And then we can have our controllers join. And then they can each take 2 characters from the barracks. Okay, the party's full. All right. So now how this works is it's kind of divided into 2 sections, basically. So you have an overworld section, and then you have the like battle section. So while you're in the overworld, any character can go through their abilities, look at their stuff, and then they can use those abilities as well. So the controllers can do the same thing. You can swap between different characters, select your abilities. Now, why would you want to use your abilities during the overworld sections? Well, I have certain... We're not going to get to battle yet. I have certain interactable things, basically, that you can do. So first off, you can externally affect the world. So like this is an example of like breaking a wall down. And then you can also internally affect your party by like attacking them, or if you wanted to heal a particular party member, you could heal them, you know, things like that. So I have those aspects, and then we can get into battle. So that's kind of like the overworld designation. And this is what battle looks like. So everyone at all times can simultaneously use their abilities. So let's slash for him. Let's just slash this rat, and then let's use magic for this person. So this is a AoE ability, and then I can just double slash these two, and then we can slash this, and then I have, maybe we can, oh, sorry, other controller. And we can magic. It doesn't really matter. I can heal specific pools. Now let's just give it, I have an overload ability. Let's overload that. Okay. And then combat resolves. Basically, it goes by initiative, queues everyone up. So you can kind of see the basis of what I'm working with here. I wanted something that supports 8 people sitting down, but only one person is the leader and driver of the party. So at any point, you can have a person... Sorry, I'm a little distracted because I'm playing 3 people. But that's an example of what it is. So one person is designated as the driver, and they steer and move the party. And then the rest of them kind of tag along and use their abilities. I don't know if I made it necessarily that clear. Whatever. It's fine. Devlog 0. That's what we're going with. So that's basically it. That's basically the start. I recently just added verticality. I can talk about a lot more mechanics later, because it goes a lot more in depth than that. But I just wanted to sort of touch base and show what I'm working on. So after 4 months of playing around with it, this is where I'm at. So if you're interested in this project and you want to see where it goes, you can obviously follow along on YouTube, or I just got the store page up for Whimzydry itself. So let me pull that up. So thank you for your time, and thank you for watching, and that's where I'm at. I think that's good enough. That should be fine. Take care.